Hey everybody. They're getting so big, aren't they? It's just so amazing how fast they grow. You've been sleeping all morning. Why y'all sleeping now? Hmm? What you peeking at me with that left eye? You peeking at me with your left eye? Crazy part about it, I haven't named them yet. They're just thing one and thing two, like from Dr. Seuss books. The other, my roommates have named them. Because it's just something about my room. They just feel like, oh, it just gotta go to sleep. We're in peace and harmony, relaxation, like being in their mother's womb. It is amazing how puppies can raise your vibration. No matter what's going on, you can't help but to smile. They were one of my blessings. I got a promotion at work. Got another positive review by the owners, who never ever recognizes anybody. I was the first one. Spending time out to the lake with my friends, my new friends. It's been too hot, and I've been too tired to do anything but just sitting and just praise God. Thank you. Just a lot of positive things every day. I wake up and what surprise you got for me now? What miracle you have for me now? Even the smallest ones. I never miss a beat. Never miss a moment to thank Him. When you've gone through what I went through, you learn to appreciate some of the tiniest things. For that, I don't regret what I went through. You appreciate the small things. It's kind of like a reset. I don't want to lose the insight and the gratitude space that I'm in now. Pretty much I wouldn't even need another blessing as long as my stalkers stop. From here on out, I could raise the roof, create a whole new earth. So important not to let the sads kick in for any reason. The enemy is coming and he's trying to devour us immensely, especially anyone who has the ability to touch other people. He wants us. It's funny how the world looks at things and say, oh, if you're being attacked, oh, you must be a bad person, you must be a bad person. No. You're being attacked. It means you got something very valuable to offer the world. It's one of the thoughts that kept me going when I was being persecuted. I must be really about to do some big shit if they are fucking with me this bad. And I wanted to see what it was. What was I supposed to do? What do y'all know that I don't know? What are you trying to stop me from doing? And if it's to do my part to collectively help raise the earth's vibration, teach people how important it is, how you feel, you impact the whole world. And when Facebook first came out, I made a quote, and you know that had to be a long time ago. I didn't know how powerful that quote was and how much it meant today. But it said, "We're all threads of a single cloth, woven together, never knowing its intended design." That's the oneness. Your vibration is part of a symphony, the universal Om. How well your instrument plays that sound in the symphony, how will you take care of your body? It's your heartbeat. Everybody's heartbeat has a unique frequency. It's personally composed song by God. Yours. Ask God to help me understand reincarnation, because I couldn't get on that whole idea. I'm like, what the heck is this all about? People are talking about it like it's real shit. I'm like, I don't understand it. Could you please help me understand this in my mind? And I can only tell you how he helped me to understand it. He first helped me to understand that everything is a mathematical equation. It is exact. And that no matter what language you speak, 1 and 1 is 2. There's nothing that you can't distort math. It's not a perception or perspective or something that could be refined by the ages. It's exact. Physics, math. And since we all were created on a sound, which is mathematical, beats and rhythms, it's like a physics project. The sound of you is what is reincarnated, or not really reincarnated, but it's cyclical. The sound goes out and it never stops. The sound can never stop. The person carrying the sound can stop, but immediately that sound goes into another person. And vibration carries memory. So the memory of what you experience can go into that sound or that instrument. And so when it goes into another person who's the new instrument, that sound has memory of what you experience. So it's not souls being reincarnated. It is the sound's experience of how many lives have participated and played that sound. That's what you feel. Just like when a person has an organ transplant. The memory of that person could be in that organ. And the new owner of that organ can have memories and feelings and emotions that they did not experience before in life. Same way with your frequency. So that's how he helped me to understand reincarnation. Your soul is not reincarnated. It's just a person was born on that path. And he put all the planets in alignment in order to keep humans, to keep evolving, because we will get stagnant, we'll get comfortable, we'll stay. And you're going to crowd your life path up if you start to hang out. And everybody's life path has a pre-programmed amount of talents and gifts and skill sets and everything else. Our job is to utilize what gifts and skill sets are on that path and be the best at it, so that those following you, coming after you, can utilize them better. That's how I understand reincarnation. The universal symphony of Om is what keeps everything hanging in the stratosphere. If a person's sound stopped, it would offset everything. the physics project will fall apart. The sound of you. That's how God knows it's you. That's my baby. That's my baby. He knows who's calling him when you pray to him, talk to him. There's so many wonderful things we all can learn. Spending time in the lap of God. I can't wait for the day that I meet so many people who personally talk to him. And they can share their conversations and what he's enlightened them about. Not what you learned out of a book. But what did God tell you? One of the agendas for my stalkers was to break my faith in God. I came across one guy and he challenged me. Who are you talking to? What did he say? How do you hear him? And I said, I don't hear him. It's annoying. It's annoying. Hold on 1 second. There's somebody at the door. He's asleep. Who's that? Hi. Hi.
Little Buster.
What do you call him?
I call him Little Buster Brown.
Buster Brown? I call him thing one and thing two. Thing one and thing two? Yeah. I feel better. Got my roommates to be my bodyguards until these boys grow up. They don't look like they're going to be too good of bodyguards, do they? They know their spot. They're well trained already. They pay attention. So what I was saying about the guy, he said, he was very adamant that trying to make me think I don't talk to God, or God doesn't speak to me, or He don't tell me anything. It's not like my family. And I saw past what he was trying to say to me, and really saw a man who was sad because he doesn't talk to God. He hasn't heard God speak back to him. In that moment, I thought about that, and I was like, I remember when I didn't have conversations with him. I remember when I never prayed with faith. I just formally just prayed. I remember the day, and the first day that I felt the Holy Spirit coming through me. The first time I felt Him respond to me, connect with me. It's something everybody should feel. He said that He's with the downhearted. And the devil wants to make you believe that when you are at your lowest, that you are not worthy enough for Him. Which is farthest from the truth, because that is when He wants you to talk to Him the most. You could be in the act of committing, some crazy simple act. You call upon that man and He shows up. What you want? You call me? What can I do for you? When I was homeless, it was like being in the pit of hell. You're around some of the most grimy species. Because I can't say they were all human. I know for a fact they weren't all human. And never missed a moment to speak about God. People smoking, doing drugs and everything. I'm talking. And I'm tell them talk. I don't care what you got in your hand or what you put in your mouth. Talk about it. Never miss a moment to talk about Him. And give Him praise. Even at my lowest, He was there for me. And I'm not telling people to serve my God. The God of your understanding is the God you need to be talking about. How he said that I am that I am. That means He can be anything that you form Him to be, as long as you believe in Him. You don't need to do idol worship and have trilogy gods and all those type of things. And you just need Him, because He can transform all of them better than they can. It's so fucking beautiful. He's the youngest one. I'll explain that later. He's the coolest one. He's the most radical one. He's the flyest God. Come on now. We're the only species that have sex for enjoyment, not just to instinctually breed. going to mean so much later when you realize some of the things that are actually happening. I want to blow your minds up. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. He loves me like no other. And even though when I talk to him, it might be 50,000 billion other people talking to him at the same time, I feel like I'm the only one on his lap. Undivided attention. How many of you get that undivided attention from somebody you love? Someone that just peers into you and says, tell me. I really want to know what you think. I really want to know what you feel. What do you dream about? I'm interested in you. How many of you get that? People experience people nowadays for what they can get out of them. If they only knew. The more interested you're into that person, the more you can get out of them, because it fortifies your soul. It expands your reality when you interact. I want to see a day when humans become humans again. That we live for every life experience it has to offer us. I was told, you notice every little thing. I said, yeah, because there is every little thing. If I was the creator of all these little things, I would appreciate someone noticing those little things. Not just the big things that are obvious. But did you see that? That if you took that out of the canvas of it all, it would take away from the depth of the vision portrait. And that's my daddy. And I like to brag about my daddy. And I want everybody to understand that I am not trying to pull people out of the church or to speak against religion or anything of that nature. Because it has its purpose. I wouldn't be where I am and have the relationship I have with God if it wasn't for church. My depth of understanding supersedes the church and what they teach. It supersedes the book knowledge. It's spiritual knowledge that I have and I hunger for. And God is the only one that could feed me that. Wherever you at in your spirituality, that's where He meets you. I would like people to experience their religion on a deeper level because of their relationship with God. And then when they go to church, the information that they receive, they hear it from where they are spiritually. There is absolutely no way on earth that any one of us could be in a collective congregation knowing or at the same level, to be fed at the same level. It's just impossible. I don't think anybody even really realized how amazing just that one. Religions all compete with each other. Who's the truth? Who's right? Who's wrong? And all these type of things. Anybody ever sat back and talk about that one book? That one book everybody used to say you're wrong. But they've all found their truth in that book. I don't know how many religions are out there, but they all found that truth in that one book. That's a beautiful thing. That's how powerful the words are. That one book. Can you believe that? Opposing faiths use the same book. Semantics. When you have opened your mind's eye and you start to see dimensional perspective. The beauty of it, you can see dimensional perspective, but still stay within the dimension that you're in and accept and live in that dimension. But if you can appreciate other dimensional perspectives of it, then you don't tend to invest in an issue so profoundly, so emotionally. You don't hang on to truths. Because in another dimension, what you believe to be true is not the same truth in that dimension. When you appreciate that, and you see people acting and behaving in a dimension that you've already elevated from, you can have compassion and say, hey, remember I was there. I remember I used to think and behave that way. That you just have a wisdom to know it's not something you need to respond to, react to. Because their day is coming. They'll be awoken. And they'll see things differently. If you live long enough, you will have to wake up. You'll have to wake up one day. There'll be nothing left, not even the ability to breathe, to live, to function vibrationally in this 3D experience. Having such to tell you guys. It's impossible for the spiritual attacks to come to you. If you're vibrating so high. Spirituality, church, religion, whatever you put your faith in, is what gives you high vibration. Joy, gratitude, all of these things increases your vibration. So I hope that one of my inventions do come to pass. It would be very useful if, we had some, like a frequency watch that could monitor what your vibrations, just like how you would monitor your temperature or monitor your heart rate or monitor your sugar intake, things like that. That would actually be able to tell you you are in danger zone, either in atmosphere, the environment that's around you, or your own personal body is lowering its frequency and it's in a danger zone, and prolonged time in that low frequency can cause damage. So if you have like a little alarm that said your low vibration, you can check yourself and do things that you know that's going to help raise that vibration, so that you are not in the danger zone where it allows lower energies to attack you. Like, you can't smell carbon monoxide poisoning. If you have a meter that tells you carbon monoxide is raising in your home, it will be the same way. Demon oxide. You are in demon oxide atmospheric pressure, and you need to release. Demon zone. That shit. I've said enough. This is what I was thinking about today. If any of you guys didn't know, demons like stench, filthy, grimy, disgusting stuff. That's why they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Because if there's not that filthy thing that demons can stick to, that gathers in the corners of your house, or the reason why the back in Jesus' day they washed the feet when they came into the home, because it gathers up energy particles. So it's good to take your shoes off the door. burn incense. Moses and Aaron make the incense at the temples because it deterred hovering, monitoring spirits from coming around and listening to the messages that was being departed to the Israelites. So you got myrrh and frankincense, sage, pine are some of the terms. Demons don't like them. And if ever you've been in an atmosphere that you feel, oh, I don't like the way I felt when I came out of it or whatever, take some sage or Palo Santo and clean your energy. So just do a sage bath. And it's just basically lighting up some sage and wishing it around your body and asking the Holy Spirit to cleanse you of unwanted energies in your atmosphere. You're in control of your atmosphere. That's what heaven wants everybody to know, that you're in control of it. You have an obligation to make sure that your atmosphere is conducive to what you want to smell, what you want to feel, what you want to hear. You have an 8-foot atmosphere around you. Scientifically proven. There's a reason. Our government said a 6-foot distance between two people when the COVID was going on. You got to be closer than 6 feet to be affected. And you're not feeling good? Look what other energy is in your atmosphere. If it's only you, then you know you're emitting that energy that is not good. So then you need to change from within. But if it's somebody from without, then back up 6 feet. I bet you start feeling better. Try it. See. Just try it. I guarantee you. And we're all close up on each other, and someone else's atmosphere is blended with your atmosphere, then then it comes to a mixed atmosphere, and it's all out of sync. Now either one's going to dominate the other, and one is going to adjust and become the other atmosphere, or accept the other one's atmosphere as being the dominant atmosphere, or not. But back up 6 feet. Get back up. Let me be me, you be you. Don't be trying to get up in my space and trying to make me you, because I'm not going to be you. Empathic people have it so bad because we can feel outside of our 6 feet, 8 feet atmosphere. And because our energy is so stabilizing and so calming, people like to get up in our atmosphere and hang out and want to stay there and then try to drain our atmosphere and suck it up. Because we have an endless supply of healing energy, because our source of our energy is so clear. Everybody's source of their energy is God, no matter how you put it. Nobody can tell you anything different. God is the source of all energy. But the path by which we get that energy is pretty clean. It's not distorted. It's unaffected. It's uncontaminated. That's what I want to say. It's uncontaminated. So it's we don't have to do anything to get it. It just is because we were born that way. Some people, a lot of people, most people have to perform a certain act or be in a certain frequency to receive it, of all those different things. So that's why we were gifted to the world, to be the source of uncontaminated God, divine energy, love. That's what energy is. It's love. So we have a hard time cleansing our energy space. But sage is, or Palo Santo, dragon's blood, are good incense to have when you need to get an instant recalibration of your atmosphere. You need to cleanse it out of all the particles that don't exist, that are not supposed to be in your, 6 foot, 8 foot atmosphere. It cleanses it right away and gets rid of all negativity, and then you can refocus, rebalance yourself, reground yourself in order to know that the thoughts that you're having within that time and decisions that you're making in that time are yours. They are not the contamination of other particles of other people's energies making you think, feel, or believe a certain way. And I believe if people knew how often they are affected by the energies of other people about the decisions that they make, and that they actually had control over saying, stop and think, is that what I think? Is that what I feel? Is that what I want to do? Are those my thoughts? Is that how I truly feel? Is that how I truly believe? Is that what I really stand for? You will start to get out of the matrix of conforming to a robotic, programmed way of thinking. You can still be in the matrix and have a non-conform programmed thinking. You can be in it without being combative or being, how you said it, anarchist, whatever you call them. You can still be in it peacefully and not cause some uproar. Outsiders are always looked upon as, troublemakers and, threats to the governments or to the status quo or how things are to civilization. And it's because they just feel like, because we're told that we're not supposed to be us, so we want to make a stand and be firm about, I have a right to be me. Yes, you do. But you can peacefully be you. People understood energy like they really should. You should know that if it's something that is a desire, that to have more people that are living in free will and not in the matrix. You're living according to the will that you want to live, not according to the program that you were programmed to be set on to live. You're a free willer. You make it a peaceful way to be. You make it inviting. You show that this is the way to be. And the more people that are more invited in being free willers and living in a peaceful and more what is the word I want to use? Harmonious way among matrix livers, then you understand that the more people that do start to become free willers will start to vibrate high enough to the you actually change the vibration to making everybody kind of lean over to being free willers instead of living in the matrix. You need to have more people, not just being an outsider. You want to make the outside the way to be, that everybody starts vibrating to that way of being. The government don't have a say about it. Nobody, no other gods have anything to say about it. Humans, we have the choice. There was a thing on Google. I don't see it anymore. On like YouTube, you'll see something about being Earth citizen. I never looked at it, I was too busy doing some other shit. But now I want to know what it is because I just like the whole title, Earth citizen. Be an Earth citizen. It has nothing to do with what race you are, what nationality you are, what country you live in, how old you are, what political party you're in. You're an Earth citizen. That the kid dying of starvation over in Cambodia, or the Eskimos in Alaska that is freezing in the ice, or the whales in the ocean that are dying or being hunted. They're all important to you because they're living here on Earth. And at the moment, they're part of the balance that makes us all here for being capable of being here. We're all threads of a single cloth, woven together, never knowing its intended design. Each of those threads in that carpet are important to the finished design. Every thread is there because every thread was needed. How many ever thread counts they used to make that design was essential to the design. And so are you. And so is the person next to you. So are those who are doing evil towards you. It's all a part of the intended design for man's involvement. Do your part. Be the best at it. So when you get to the other side, you can say, I did what I was supposed to do the best I could. My whole life was focused on being Earth citizen and being the best color, design, or thread in that cloth that I was supposed to be. I did my job. And a little bit extra too. Stop living for superficial things. Live for the legacy. Live for what you did with your frequency. When you had the opportunity to house that noise, that sound. What did you do with it? How did you expand it? How did you beautify the sound so that it's music to the Father's ears? What you do with it? What is your story? What does your sound sound like? If you played it for someone else to hear. Would it hurt your ears because it needs some tuning? Would it be melodic and soothing? Would it be vibrant and headbanging? Or would it be methodical, drum beating, rhythmic, soulful? What's your sound? And you focus on what your sound is and what you're doing to perfect it and to expand it and to make it the best it can be. How it manifests into what you do in life. It makes a difference. It has an impact. It every day you go to bed and say, I did it. I'm doing something to enhance my sound. I don't want to be out of key or off note or out of tune in the symphony. Connecting with your angels can be a big help. Back in Noah's day and Abraham's day and Lot's day, angels and demons walked alongside the road just like you and I, and they saw them. There was no issue. That's why in Lot's day they could have said, "Hey, we haven't screwed that one. Send that one out here so we can fuck. We're fucking each other and we're bored." It wasn't spoke like, "Oh my God, did they? Well, how'd they see them?" And or when they came in and spoke to Lot and his daughters, his wife, nobody thought anything. No, okay, this is just normal shit. We're going back to that. We're going back to the day that that's going to be the case. So many instances in the Bible that proves that sends his angels to help guide us. That was the whole purpose of angels. Why did God have to make a allegiance with angels in heaven? He didn't need no help. He made the angels to be servants for us. There's some unpublished books, everybody knows, of the Bible. It was not chosen to be in the book of the Bible, or it was chosen, but it wasn't chosen to be told exactly with all the detail. But there's a book called The Garden, story of Adam and Eve. You can find that on YouTube and just listen to it audio. When you listen to how the angels were used in helping and guiding us through our life, it would make you more appreciative of that. If God was going to do everything, why did he make all the angels? Why? The angels have special instructions. They cannot do anything, just like demons can't do anything to you unless you get permission. Your angels can't do anything unless you give them permission also. They're standing there and they're like, oh my God, and they're doing all kinds of things to give you hints and signs or whatever to try to get you to go this way or go that way or yes that or no that. And I'm going to tell you, I was not that person. I was not raised to do that. And when I was introduced to my angels, I was like, oh God, I don't know about this. I really don't know about this. But I said, everything that I know about theocratic order and how everything is done in such a way, and then going back to the Corinthians and then to the Chronicles and understanding all the aspects of how he functions in his mind, having the angels be there as guides and aiding us in evolution, because we're supposed to be evolving. We're not supposed to just stay the same person. We're becoming gods. We are growing into gods. We are not defecting anymore. We are perfecting. Our DNAs are being perfected. I mean, you see the kids that are coming out the wombs. I mean, they basically got the cell phone and the encyclopedias and all. They got Google on lock already. They already know Google. Shoot. These babies are too smart. There was a day and age, I mean, it took a week for the baby to open their damn eyes. I'm like, oh, did your eyes open yet? But that was our claim to fame. Shit. Now they come out with that better eyesight than us. They see. The children born today can see the angels and demons. They're coming out with their third eye fully open. Unless the government can give them, the shots or whatever they need to do, or put the processes in the food to keep it, or to make it calloused over, there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. It will be a nation of awoken. And being awoke is not easy. I won't lie to you. You see a bunch of shit that just frustrates the hell out of you. I just want to go get a Flintstone club and just knock somebody over the head. Don't you see that shit? How did you let that happen? It's just like, just like in was it the red pill or the blue pill? And what you end up seeing, you take the red pill. Some people regret, rather have been, I wish I didn't know, I rather just not know, I wish I was, on the other side of not knowing. And because I knew, I haven't spoken to other people who have gone through, awakening. I've already known that it could be something that could, crack your brain. So when it happened, I instantly, I could see, I had that feeling like, oh my God, my brain's about to lose it, but, I took a deep breath and I remembered, don't just allow it to happen. Just ease into it and just flow with it. Because the one thing you can't control is your awakening. Because once you see something, you can't unsee it. So you're either going to have to deal with it and figure it out, or you're going to have to let it, consume you and fuck you up. So you better just might as well just say, hey, let me just ease on into this and allow this to happen. And as each thing that I see, I put a new understanding to it with a higher perspective. And our Father is just so concerned. He's definitely so concerned about everybody not having, their brains crash because of all of the medias and distractions, and how our brains have not strengthened. Like if we were living in the wilderness and we were just working on survival every day, your brain doesn't have the exercise that true survivalists have. People who live to survive. So there is a concern if our brains are going to be strong enough to handle some of the awakenings that are about to happen. And that's why you have people like me and millions of other people who compassionately care and really do care and really want everybody to know it's a beautiful thing, and we made it. We made it to the other side, and here we are. Let me help you not go through it the way I had to go through it, or as harshly as I had to go through it, so that when you do make it to the other side, you can enjoy it. Your brain isn't cracked. You can appreciate it and be excited about it and actually start raising your children to anticipate it and make sure their brains are strong enough to be able to adjust to the harshness of the transition. It's a rebirth, just like a baby coming out of a woman's Gucci. Come on now, that shit got to hurt. Well, it's the same thing. The birthing from one dimension to the next dimension, that shit hurt. So hopefully we'll somehow make sense of all of this and then come up with a cohesive concept and how to assist the masses in the transition. So I no longer would say be mindful. I hate that saying. I really fucking hate that saying. But I like pay attention, but I would be saying be mind ready. For what's to come. It's gonna be good. You'll like the results in the end. I promise you. guys ready to eat? Hey, here. Hey. Come eat. Oh, get your brother. Get your brother. Hey. 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 Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. 84 degrees up in here. I don't know why it's so hot.
It's what?
84 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Might let it go over something. I don't know.
Your brother brought over my dog food.
You did?
Yeah.
You just heat it up.
Rate my light shows. Say goodbye. They're gonna be out for a while now that they ate. I need to go walk them. They aren't happy about it. It's hot outside. But just keep that glow going, okay? Talk to you guys later.